What one number do you think best represents the U.S. debt problems?
I think what I'd say is that if we stay on the course we are, within the next decade, and probably before, we'll have annual interest cost of $1 trillion. Now think what we could do with $1 trillion. I can't even imagine what that number is, but the investments we could make in education and training and infrastructure and research to be competitive on a global basis. Think about giving some of that money back to the taxpayers. That's totally wasted money. So we got to bring the debt down. Our debt today, gross debt to GDP, is 90%. That's in the danger zone in anybody's book.
And gross debt includes not only what we owe
to the public, but also intergovernmental debt, and which comes as a result because we've been borrowing from the Social Security Trust Fund in order to finance some of our past deeds. So we've got to begin to make some real progress to bring the gross debt down so that we can afford to do some of the things we really want to do, because if we don't, then the amount of borrowing we have to do will crowd the private sector out of the marketplace. Small businesses won't be able to create jobs because they won't have any capital. And in addition, we won't have any money to spend for things like education and infrastructure.
I think, let me just say, too, that I always like to ask people, what do you love? What do you love most? Well, I love WIC, or I love the children's programs, or this, or whatever, or education, or whatever, Job Corps, Peace Corps. Those are minuscule items, where they will all be crushed by this mandatory spending, which is just growing without any restraint whatsoever. It will crush all these programs. And if we're talking about $1 trillion in interest, and you're telling someone that, well, they need another $20 billion for their program, that would be a snap to take out of $1 trillion, but we won't have it. It's down the rat hole. It's gone. And somebody will say, well, it's just debt, forget it. We'll be waiting for that one, won't we? The interest, you just should knock it off. But that lessens you as a country.